The sun burns low over an ancient savanna, a world untouched by time. The air trembles with heat, dust, and danger. Nothing here is soft. Nothing here forgives. Before humans ruled the earth, nature was its own merciless god, and survival wasn't a choice. It was a war. A young man and woman, their skin marked by the earth and the sun, sprint across the endless plains. Behind them, the thunder of a dozen paws. Lions, fierce and starved, roaring through the golden grass. But the lions aren't the true monsters of this age. Not anymore. A shadow moves, massive, alien. The ground shakes, a rhythm of chitin and claws. Out of the rising dust crawls the impossible, a creature the size of a horse, armored in obsidian black, eyes glinting like molten gold. A giant ant. Once they were small. Now they're kings. The man grabs the woman's hand and they leap and onto the creature's back. Its surface is slick and cold, vibrating with muscle and rage. The ant screeches, its mandibles slicing through the air, and suddenly, they're flying across the plains, dodging lions that leap and claw. Too slow for this nightmare beast. The woman clings to the man's waist. Her hair whips through the wind. Her eyes, wide, terrified, meet the horizon, where dozens more ants rise from their subterranean world. The ground itself seems alive, a carpet of legs and jaws. They've stumbled into the colony's hunt. These are not insects anymore. They are architects of destruction, perfect killers evolved beyond comprehension. And in this age before time, humanity is nothing but an intruder in a world that doesn't want them here. The lions roar again. One leaps, claws tearing into the ant's armor. The man swings a sharpened bone spear, striking the predator's face. Blood splashes across the savanna sand. The woman screams. Another lion lunges. The ant twists its body, releasing a high-pitched shriek. Its abdomen glows faintly, and then, acid. A jet of sizzling venom sprays outward, melting through fur and flesh. The lions fall back, howling in agony. Their hunt turned into horror. The man looks down. The ant's body still hums. Alive with deadly power. He realizes something. This creature could be a god, or it could be the end of everything. 1,000 years before this moment, and the earth cracked open. Volcanoes spit molten blood across continents. Radiation surged through the soil, and the smallest creatures and the insects changed. They grew in the shadows of extinction, their colonies swelling in secret caves, their queens birthing soldiers the size of elephants. When the skies cleared and the heat fell silent, mankind crawled out from its caves and found the world had changed. The insects had inherited the earth, and humanity, those fragile bones of ambition, had become the hunted back. In the present, the ant races faster. Its 6 legs move like pistons. The woman glances behind them. The lions are gone, but a new danger emerges. From the distant horizon, dust spirals upward. A swarm, endless black, devouring the sunlight. The army of the ant queen, tens of thousands of them, marching as one, each the size of a wolf, their mandibles slicing through bark, bone, and history itself. The man shouts, trying to steer his ant away. The creature doesn't listen. It follows its instincts, back toward the colony. The woman realizes they're not escaping. They're being led home, into the nest. The entrance yawns open, a crater in the ground large enough to swallow cities. The air grows cold, thick with chemical scent. The man and woman cling tight as the ant dives into darkness. Bioluminescent veins pulse along the tunnel walls. A living heartbeat under the earth. Screeches echo from unseen chambers. The sound of larvae feeding, of soldiers sharpening their jaws on stone. The woman whispers, trembling, "We shouldn't be here." The man nods, jaw tight. But in his eyes burned something new. Not fear, purpose. If these creatures rule the earth, then to survive, man must learn to rule them. They emerge into a cavern the size of a mountain hollowed out by time. At its center, and the queen, a grotesque marvel of evolution. Her body stretches the length of 10 men, her head crowned with spines and scars, her eyes glowing like molten amber. She moves slowly, breathing in deep, rhythmic waves. Each exhale releases a mist that smells of iron and death. Around her, worker ants kneel. Yes, kneel, their antennae bowing toward her in reverence. The man and woman stare. They are intruders in a temple of monsters. The queen tilts her head and every ant in the chamber freezes. Then a low hum fills the air. It isn't sound. It's communication. The man clutches his skull, screaming in agony. The ant they rode begins trembling, its body cracking under invisible pressure. The queen's will is absolute. The woman, crying, steps forward. She kneels, lowering her head, imitating the others. The queen stops, her mandibles open. From her jaws spills a sound that feels ancient, like language itself being reborn. The woman's eyes widen. She understands. Not in words, but in meaning. The queen doesn't want destruction. She wants dominion. Cotter and humans are the chaos she cannot control. The man rises defiant. Then you'll never control us. He shouts. He raises his bone spear and then hurls it straight into the queen's eye. A scream shakes the world. The cavern explodes into chaos. Ants surge forward like a living tide. The man grabs the woman's hand. They sprint toward the tunnel, dodging snapping jaws and rivers of acid. The queen thrashes behind them, her scream echoing through the earth like thunder. The tunnels collapse. Stone falls, fire erupts, and the ant that brought them here charges past, limping but loyal. The woman leaps onto its back, reaching for the man, but he hesitates. Looking back toward the chaos, I started this, he says. I'll end it. He grabs a fallen torch, hurls it toward the chamber walls soaked in venom. The flames ignite. A wave of fire races through the nest. The queen screams once more, a sound that will echo for 1,000,000 years. The ant leaps out of the collapsing tunnel, carrying the woman to the surface. Just as the earth erupts behind her, the colony burns. The old world dies. The woman stands alone at sunrise. The plains are quiet again. The lions are gone, the ants are silent. The ground smolders, ashes of an empire that ruled too long. She kneels, placing her hand on the soil. It's warm, alive, but beneath it something still moves. A tiny ant crawls out, no bigger than her thumb. She smiles softly. Not again, she whispers, and crushes it beneath her hand. The camera pulls back, revealing the vastness of the world, ancient and unclaimed, but far on the horizon. Another mound rises, a faint tremor, a whisper of legs beneath the soil. The ants were not all destroyed. They were only waiting. As the woman walks into the distance, the narrator's voice returns. Cold, powerful, eternal. In every age, life fights to survive, but sometimes survival births monsters, and sometimes the monsters learn to rule. 1,000,000 years ago, mankind was not the predator. Mankind